I'm back, dudes. Alright, fellas. Gang, as my brother says. I don't know why it's a little fussy though, but I'm bored out of my fucking mind tonight, so I decided to throw in another review for you guys. As I mentioned before, Caol Ila 18. I locked out with this, and I'll tell you why. Because throughout my searches in both the Master of Malts and the Whiskey Exchange, and driving around Miami, Orlando, Fort Lauderdale, you name it, you know, this is really hard to find. And for some reason, one day, just a few months ago, I was just driving and decided to stop at random at a liquor store that I saw. And then I was like, let me just go in there and see what the hell is going on, you know. And I was browsing around. I didn't see anything good. I had everything the guy was selling until I approached the counter, and boom, there she was, Caol Ila 18. This, in my opinion, it is very, very underrated. I have our bags. I have Lefroy 18. I mean, I have Bruichladdich. I've got Lagavulin, which is the one that I like the most out of all the Ilas. Malts. Kilhoman as well. I mean, I don't know what else I got that I could remember of, but I'm pretty sure that I have at least one bottle out of each distillery from Islay, with the exception of Port Allen. But I'm quite sure that that's coming from one of the distilleries that I have a bottle from. But anyhow, this Caol Ila is really, really good. In fact, it's one of the 4 malts that they integrate in the Johnny Walker Green label. Among other ones, I got a response. I got an email from someone that saw a video my brother and I did on Johnny Walker Green. And that person states that there's more than 4 malts in the Johnny Walker Green. I did my research and I only found 4. Unlike the Johnny Walker Black and the Blue and the Gold, they have about 40 whiskeys all combined, grain and barley malt whiskeys. But nonetheless, we're not here to discuss that. It's just simply this, Caol Ila 18, and I'm here to tell you that I've had a few drams out of this, and I really, really like it. I think that perhaps Lagavulin, out of all the Islay malts that I've owned, that I've tried, I'm sure that Lagavulin 16 and Distiller's Edition, it's my favorite Islay distillery, or I should say Islay malt, single malt. And I think this is my number 2. So I've had this in the past. I just left it out, and I figured that why not, let me just do a quick review on this. I was gonna leave it so when my brother's here in town, we could do it together, but there's a whole bunch of other single malts that we haven't done a review on, and we are gonna do that this weekend, upcoming weekend for Memorial Day, I believe it is. Well, I know a few things about this just because I started reading probably about a month ago about it, and I don't think that you know, there's a clear indication here that there's no sherry influence nor E150, the coloring that they typically add on this malt or blended scotch, if you will. This is straight bourbon cask, 18 years of age. I don't know if it's first fill, second fill, third fill. I don't know. I'm not quite sure, but that's for you guys to just do your homework. I really don't, you know. I really don't do a lot of research on my Islay malts. I just really enjoy them, and since they don't really necessarily use a lot of sherry casks, unlike Bowmore, which is another malt from Islay, single malt that I really like. Bowmore, Caol Ila, and Lagavulin. Those are the ones that I really, really like the most. But this Caol Ila, I've had the 12, and I've had the Cask Strength as well. But that was a long time ago. That was before I had the R bag and the Lefroy quarter cask and the Lefroy 18. And I thought at that point that, you know, even though I really like Peat a lot, it was really, I don't know, pungent, like really smack on the face. So I don't know. I really enjoyed this 18, and I really enjoyed the Caol Ila 12. And this one sits at 43%, which I like, and 750 ml. And like I said, I locked out. I didn't finish my sentence at the very beginning. So I purchased this, and I found it for 60 bucks. The guy had no clue what to do with that bottle. He said that he had that bottle sitting there for a while. I think he said somewhere around along the line a few years. So he just wanted to get rid of the bottle. And he said, well, I'm going to give you a great price, 60 bucks. And I'm like, whoa, wait a minute, $60? I was like, are you sure? I mean, don't get me wrong. I mean, it's a great price for me, but I mean, 60 bucks, that bottle is a lot more. And I just found it in the Whiskey Exchange. They finally brought it, and it's a 75 euro. So with a euro dollar exchange, it's roughly about 100 bucks. And then you got to pay delivery. So we're talking about $100 and something for this bottle. I paid 60, including taxes. Yeah, give or take about 60 bucks, including the taxes. I think it was 62 bucks, something like that. Anyhow, so going back to the Caol Ila 18. You know, there's a lot of vanilla here. And I think just like the Lefroy 18, when you're having Lefroy quarter cask and whatnot, I mean it's like really smacking the face, Peat. But once you have gone past that peat or phenolic, I should say, level, it's really not that bad. I have some friends out there that are really running away from this stuff. In fact, I even introduced my father about 2 weeks ago to a Bemore 15 Darkest, and I'm telling you, I mean that thing is finishing in Oloroso sherry cask, and the finish is great. I really like it. I really enjoy it. It calms down the peat. In this case, being an 18-year-old, so does the Lefroy 18 that I have. I mean, the peat is not as pungent or smack in the face as it is on younger whiskeys. This is really good. I really enjoy this. So here you're able to pick up less smoke, less peat, in my opinion. Remember, this is my opinion. Don't give me shit about any of this stuff. This is my fucking opinion. Less smoke, less peat, lots of vanilla, lots of sweetness in this particular one. And I think, I don't know what kind of fruit. For some reason, I pick up fruits and floral notes. I just can't pinpoint them lately. I don't know what it is. But somewhere along the line of like a pineapple maybe, or something like that that's not really that sweet, like a ripe, sweet and tangy pineapple. I don't know if I'm making any sense, but that's what I pick up. So right now it's like really mellow. So I'm going to give it a shot to see if anything has changed since I drank my last dram of this about 2 months ago. Oh, forgot to tell you, it is a little medicinal, but it's so sweet that it goes away. I mean, you feel it at the very beginning, but then it's like boom, non-existent. It's really, really pleasant. It's really a good dram though. For you peat lovers out there, if you can really get your hands on one of these Caol Ila's 18, and for the price that I got it for, I mean, please, you got to jump on it. So, what else? What else? There's a Caol Ila, I think it's a 25-year-old. I saw for 230 bucks. Almost picked it up. Just about a week or so ago. But I am more interested in a Talisker 25 that I saw for 335 bucks, which I'm not sure if it's really a great deal or not. I got to do some more research. So if by the time that I do my research and I found out that, or I figure out that it is a good deal, I'll probably jump on it, because I don't have a Talisker with me, and a Talisker is part of that vatted malt that Johnnie Walker utilizes in their lineup, which is the Johnnie Walker Green, as well as Caol Ila, perhaps not an 18, but they got Caol Ila, Talisker, Linkwood, and Cragganmore, which was one of the first single malts that I ever purchased, and it's really good, but there's no sherry influence whatsoever, and it's just straight up bourbon cask, which is not a bad thing. It's just that everything is bourbon predominant, and bourbon pretty much predominates in every level, I will say a big large percentile of all of the single malts now out there, and then they finish it in sherry cask, and whatnot, to make it a little fancier, and the dried fruits and different odors and the spiciness and the clove and the cinnamon. But and because, of course, I mean, it's a lot more expensive to age stuff in a sherry cask, or I should say it's a lot more expensive to buy sherry cask than it is bourbon cask. But nonetheless, this I really think it's in my opinion, it's better than the Lafroy 18 that I have. But the Talisker, I'm really considering that. So let me know if you guys know anything about the Talisker 25. Barto, I know you sent me a picture over a year ago about a Talisker 25, or maybe a 30-year-old that you purchased. I never asked you anything about that, but once you get to see this video, please shoot me an email. Let me know what you think, and I'll see if I can gather more information about it, and then I'll go ahead and make that jump, and probably just pick up the bottle. But I would really I'd really like to have that Talisker though. Really good, fellas. Really good. Yep. Happy World Whiskey Day. This is good. Get a chance? Give it a try. Anyhow, I'll probably pull up another bottle that I have there. Probably from here in another hour or so, and then I'll just go ahead and post it. So fellas, help me out. Talisker, let me know what you think about this, your experience on this, particularly the 18, and I'll see you guys a little later. All right.